Finally, it is my time to have an extended drive in a right-hand drive Lamborghini Revuelto. Last summer, I drove a left-hand drive out of the factory, and finally, look at the beautiful spec that we have on our hands. And I have swapped my A35 AMG key for this, and for the next 4 days, I'm going to daily drive it and tell you everything I experience. And the first stop is I've got to go to the physio because I've got a bad back. And I wonder what he's going to say. All right then, let's get a move on, because I literally have the smallest window to get myself over to Cuffley. E-mode is possible while engine is warming up, so I'm actually using the electric motor to move around even though the engine is going. There you go, you can slowly start to hear the revs move now. Immediately, the one thing that has come rushing back is how easy this car is to drive at slow speeds and around town. The only thing that I need to familiarize myself with more so is where all of the different buttons are, the windscreen wipers, the indicators, and boom, back in E mode. It knows that we're cruising through the town. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day, and I'm just cruising around in a V12 hybrid Lamborghini with over 1,000 brake horsepower, and I'm doing it in style. Complete silence. Ah, it's here. At the physio. I do kind of feel a little bit silly doing this, and I can't really see the front 3/4 of this car. Therefore, I'm going to need nose lift here, aren't I? And no parking spaces. This car is massive, and this Tesla is kind of sticking out. I think we're all right. I am sweating though. We've made it to the physio. And my back is already hurting. We've parked up in the car park and made it. Fascinatingly, when I spoke to the physio, we actually looked at the seat on this car. But it's definitely safe to say that this seating position, this seat, isn't quite perfect for the human body. Which, considering how perfect the Revuelto is at pretty much everything else, it's nice to know it is not completely perfect. Plan of action today, considering yesterday and the start of the video wasn't quite exciting. I want to try and hit some of my local best driving roads.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. Again.
Yeah.
Now I'm pointing the camera up quite high because you're a rather tall gentleman.
I am, yeah.
Would you like to try and get in this car?
Yeah,
because I think this might be quite interesting. How tall are you, Tom?
6'7".
6'7".
Yeah, I do struggle with the mid-engine stuff for sure.
Yeah, just shove the GoPro on the floor. I want to see how you get on, because this is a good test. The Aventador.
Yeah, the Aventador's a problem. This isn't much better. That's insane. He's happy to see it. Like.
Yeah. They're like, what just happened?
Yeah.
An electric Lamborghini just drove past.
Listen to this, it's gonna be amazing. It's like,
We've just pulled it into EV mode at the worst time for them, but yeah, when you then flick it back into Strada mode, you get the noise, and then obviously this is valves off. We can then have a little bit of fun in sport mode, performance mode. I'm going to slip it into manual, and then you'll start hearing the valves open. It goes back to being a normal V12 Lambo again.
Oh my god!
It's quick, isn't it?
I don't know what to say. Oh my god.
It's a proper rocket ship.
That's out of this world. I mean, I've been in some quick cars, the rallycross cars I used to work on, which are like traction and acceleration like nothing else.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I felt my eyeballs move then. I felt the blood draining out of my head. Wow, I don't know what to say.
It's rapid.
Yeah.
Because I remember we did a stage 2 Nissan GTR video on some of these roads.
Yeah.
You've had at your disposal twin turbo R8s. You've had obviously the twin turbo Hurricane as well.
Yes.
But yeah, this is like the best way I can describe it, with the instancy of the hybrid and then the V12. It's like a hypercharged Aventador SVJ, but with the smoothness of an Audi R8 V10, because it is just like, it just carries on going.
I was a little bit more ready that time.
Yeah.
The first time was just, you know, you can't. Yeah.
I love the sound. 470 grand's worth?
Yeah. Every penny.
I'll tell you what, we don't even need that good road now, though.
No.
It's such a... It's one of those things. The novelty of some cars when you accelerate eventually wears off.
Yeah.
This, I feel like, is such an intoxicating and visceral experience with the noise, plus the speed, and the way that you are just fast forwarded down the road. I just don't think you'd ever get bored of it. You have almost unlimited beautiful tarmac.
Yeah, we do have some nice roads for sure.
So yeah, we can get a bit of a move on. I'll stick it into Corsa mode. Why not have 1,000 brake horsepower? But how Lamborghini have engineered this car to be better in every way than the Aventador. It's so direct through the front of the steering. Like, the car feels small, it feels light, the four-wheel steer makes a huge difference. And I just think going into a dealership now and buying a car, you're never going to get one other than going to Lamborghini that sounds like this. Okay, Ferrari maybe. Sorry, there's going to be people screaming at the computer about the 12 cylindry, but
the most noticeable thing about this compared to an Aventador has got to be the gearbox.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we can accelerate at any speed. And that's in Corsa mode, where they've actually still tried to engineer some sort of mechanical shift. So you still feel character.
yeah,
Because
definitely.
the Aventador always has such a soft spot in my heart for its imperfections that gave it its character. And almost every manufacturer now is losing their soul and building a car that's smooth and almost numb at slow speeds, and you really have to get up into the sort of higher speed stuff to then feel just how ridiculously engineered these cars are now, like McLaren for example, and probably Porsche to an extent. And don't get me wrong, this Lambo, if you really want to stick it into EV mode like we're going to do now because we're coming into some roadworks, literally feels like you're driving a super low golf buggy. You can't get away from that.
This is ideal for when you want to go out at 5 a.m. for one of our breakfast drives.
Yeah. You don't want to annoy the neighbours.
You don't want a cold start.
Yes.
to leave your place. And you know, that is a thing, because sometimes you're like, oh great, yeah, I'll go out for an early drive, and then you think, it's Sunday morning, my neighbours are going to be annoyed.
Yeah. The one thing that I am also analysing in my head is there are a lot of bad roads in Italy. I think there are worse roads here in the UK, especially just coming out of winter. And whilst it is a stiff car, we're in Corsa mode, so it's going to naturally be quite a stiff car. It's not that bad.
No, I think it's pretty good.
It does go like this though.
Yeah, that traction control strategy they've got on this is super impressive. Because for a surface like that, to accelerate in that fashion is...
Yeah. You can carry some serious speed. It's so flat, it's so low. It is the closest thing. Like when you look at the rear view mirror as well, like can you see the rear, like with the wing up?
Yeah.
It's the closest thing to a fighter jet that just stays on the ground.
Yeah. I was looking in the side mirrors at all the shapes and the aero going on. You can just short shift though and still have so much fun. But then like, I did this earlier, we're in Corsa mode now. How different is the suspension in street mode? Yeah.
Like it's so manageable and scarily able to swing between being an out and out rocket ship.
That is really, really impressive. We're like, it feels like we're gliding along.
Yeah. It's quick, isn't it? It buckles my mind. And it grips. Nice. Yeah, it grips. Neck brake, it just goes. As the daily drive continues, we're on a dual carriageway that is rather noisy inside in the cabin. I've currently got it in Strada mode, but I am en route to my nephew's secondary school. He's currently in year 8, he's 13 years old, he loves football. He's got a soft spot for Formula 1, and he is slowly getting interest into some of the cars that I'm driving. So I'm not going to put him on camera, but hopefully we will be able to capture the audio of his first reaction of seeing this car, because he's been in some nice cars. He's been in my Murcielago when he was about 4 or 5 years old, and he's been in the Hurricane Technica that I had last year that he absolutely loved. So this though is a proper step up. So school run in the Revuelto incoming. The good old school run. The kids have just come out, and this school is down the road from a much bigger school up the road. And I've basically got a space right outside the gate that this coach is trying to get through, and has tried to get through for the last 5 minutes. So I'm going to sit tight, wait for my nephew to call me to be like, where the hell are you? Because at the moment, he won't be able to see me. Is it cool?
Drive past Joe, go on.
Where is it? I don't know
He's
where it
going
is.
through that way.
Oh, is he?
Go on, drive through.
Everyone's going to think you're so cool now getting picked up in a Lambo. Oh, look, there's Alfie.
How much is this?
You don't want to know how much this cost.
How much? 1.2 million.
No, 500,000.
It's an F1 car.
It's not quite an F1 car. And sadly, after 500 miles, the Revuelto is back here at Hatfield and on one of my favourite spots. It's just a cracking view and makes the car look so good. And you also get the sounds of Hatfield as well. But to summarise, not only is it a phenomenal daily, effortless, easy. I took it to five-a-side football, I drove it through Watford, I drove it through St Albans, and town centres are now a doddle in Lamborghini's flagship V12. Unlike the Aventador, it succeeds at daily driving. It is frighteningly and lightningly fast. Every single person that got in this car left with a smile on their face and their eyeballs in the back of their head. It is insanely fast, and the way that the hybrid system works, operates, and the whole mechanics and controls of the car is so intuitive that it has now definitively got me to a point where I've realised I need to earn a lot more money, because at £470,000 spec'd up with the Verde Hydra paint, it is absolutely stunning. I had people coming up to me in petrol stations saying this car is one of the best looking cars they've seen, one of the best spec'd cars they've seen. I have had Ferrari people coming up to me and saying, I don't normally like Lambos, but in this colour combination I really like it. So it is a true people pleaser, crowd pleaser, and I've never driven a car that has got so much attention than this. So you might see throughout 2025 a few new things coming to the channel and a few ideas come to reality in an attempt to get to a point where I actually have enough money to buy a Lamborghini Revuelto. Because I feel like after the 4 days that I've daily driven this car, it might be the best car ever in the world. There we go. You might say I'm biased because I love Lambo, but actually at 470 grand, all of the other cars that this competes with are over 2 million quid in my eyes. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I've absolutely loved my time with the Lamborghini. Massive thank you to the factory and of course Hatfield for allowing me to drive this car. And I've just realised that the entire time I've had my shadow on the front bonnet. So I hope that hasn't affected the visuals of how good looking this car is. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care, subscribe, goodbye.